Greetings, you magnificent, beautiful listeners. Before continuing on, please remember this series comes with a parental guidance warning. If instances of extreme gore, mental manipulation, trauma, and such topics, this series might not be the best for you. We do carry many other series that don't come with a parental guidance warning and before we start them here on Infinite Nerd Theorem, but you all know what that means. With that parental guidance warning, it is time for our favorite fleshy amusement park. It is time for us to dive once again back into the Mystery Pit edition of the Cipher System. And, well, quite a few things have passed before we continue on, just to be on the level with all the viewers and listeners. The player and the character Bethany will not be continuing on here on Happiest Place on Earth. But do not fret, we're not just doing the cheap throwaway of just killing her off. There was a storyline that I've been waiting to introduce, but because of the player's own issues, we couldn't do that, but we will now. And in the last session, the deals with Lantern Man had been completed. Retzi now has begun to eat for two, and Bruno is just completely traumatized. Just, oh God, I can now become human. I'm now human again, but oh boy, this is a surprise. And then the other players were having during the last 3 days, their own experience down there in Vale Valley, and honestly, we gotta go to the most memorable one because that one, the one was for Scruffy, because after Scruffy had a really great time at the talent show, well, a couple of the plastic bags, they revealed themselves to be the lead members of the hit band Wham! And, well, George Michaels looked at Scruffy and was like, holy shit, I like the cut of your jib, man. We got to get you to the studio, like, now. And they get to the studio, and, well, the Emperor Penguin that's been in the deep freezer in the RV is there, and, like, you guys know you fucking left me. I had to walk, you dicks, and then I met these guys, and let me play the synth, and, well, with their combination of sound, they're just amazing, and they're now forming a super group known as Giraffes. And George Michaels is like, dude, we should totally have animated avatars represent us. But then they were told by their agent they're going to play a special performance at the Playboy Mansion in honor of a new spread that's a new cover edition that's being taken. And before we join with the players again, well, all the players, we will be introducing a new player and character into this world and worker at the happiest place on Earth, and some very important details, but right before we get to that, there is a very important piece of detail that did not get revealed in the last session before leaving. So, Scruffy, Sticky Joe, as everyone was getting ready on the RV, you are the player and character that honestly has had the most interactions with Bethany. So, Sticky Joe, you have gotten to know Bethany over this time, and over the last 3 days, you have noticed that granted, she's been doing her typical party shit, and hanging out with this new Raptor individual by the name of Rick, but here's the problem. Even with all that, she has been sweating profusely, scratching at herself, and you know these are all signs of withdrawal. But you don't understand from what, because she's still been using a lot of drugs. And as everyone's getting ready to go to the tour bus, bags are being moved and everything, and Biscuit's being informed where to go to. So Biscuit can, of course, come to the Playboy Mansion. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to see a 30-meter tall, three-eyed cat? It's awesome, with a house growing out of their back. But, Sticky Joe, you don't see Bethany anywhere. Do you go look for her?
Yes, of course.
You round the back, she's not there. And you're just, hold on, she probably went somewhere with Rick, and you turn your back, you see Rick talking to someone, and you're just, okay, well, where the hell? Maybe she's talking to that dragon. You go to try to see, no, and oh shit, you ain't got time for this, but you find Rick in an alley. I mean, not Rick, you find Hiram, that 5-headed dragon, he's fucking dead. Like, his necks have been snapped violently. One of his heads ripped off from the very base. You're like, I ain't got time for this shit. Not again. I did not see a goddamn thing. you keep going until you see her, but then you see something. You know this is not right. Bethany is just shaking violently, just drenched in sweat, and she's holding a bundle of folders and papers in her arm. And you see Spike, the Mogwai that chose to be human because he's in love with Bethany, but you see this individual, he's about like 5 foot tall, and he's holding Spike by his throat, and you hear a violent crack as he snaps Spike's neck. And with how much force he throws the body, Spike goes through like 2 buildings, through the walls. Do you approach?
So what are my nipple senses doing right now?
They feel like they're about to rip off because you know you are in so much danger you could die. This is literally fight or motherfucking flight, baby, because you feel this could lead to your death just walking up to here. What do you do?
Okay, so what I would like to do to make sure that I'm safe, could I throw one of my rolls of duct tape, like a boomerang, to try to like wrap around Bethany and drag her to me and run like hell?
As you pull out your duct tape, give me a difficulty 5 strength roll. Might roll. That means you gotta beat a 15. This cannot be lowered.
15 even.
All right. I will say, as you go to throw, thank God for all this training you go through, because something grabs your wrist, and just from the strength of it grabbing, anybody else's arm would have been completely shattered and ripped off at the elbow. Do you turn around to look?
If I turn around, would that hinder me trying to do what I'm doing right now?
I'm going to let you know right now, Joe. You're hindered, baby. The only thing this is going to do is how much this is going to hurt.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll look.
You turn and you see he's about 9 foot tall, covered in this exoskeleton chitin insect plating, and the face has these pinchers. You've never seen something like this before, because guess what? Ants don't exist. You've never seen an ant before, Joe. You wouldn't fucking know that this is literally the humanoid equivalent of a bullet ant. And it looks at you, and it does like that curious, head cocked to the side look at you. And Joe, I need you to make a difficulty 6 roll, might roll real quick. You gotta beat an 18.
Mother of God, I got an 8.
So, dear listeners, now I'm going to explain what happens when a pool gets emptied. Because this is actually one of the first times this has happened in one of our sessions that a player has had this happen. Because, Joe, you look back at Bethany and you see this individual that's wearing a really elaborate looking top hat, but then what looks like a fur coat where the fur rim is gray, but then the wings are, the coat portion is red. And he wraps around Bethany's shoulder, and she's just holding on to him and hands him the packet happily. And you hear her say, "Did I do good?" "Oh, you did great. You did great, baby. Oh, I'm going to give you a very special prize. Now, go to the car. I know you've been wanting this. Yeah, I can see it in your face." You see him holding this purple dust powder. And Bethany grabs it and runs to her like a limousine. And you see this individual turn back and go, "Hey, King, stop playing and get rid of that already." And what happens, Joe, is it tosses you in the air. You go up about 40 feet in the air, and as you're falling down, it presses down with its left foot and then its right foot. It makes about a 25-foot wide crater, and as it makes contact with your stomach, all your ribs shatter. Your stomach explodes. You vomit blood as you go flying through every fucking building, and you crash into the RV, breaking through the metal, and you're just on the ground twitching. The individual named King just looks at his fist as it's smoking, and he just goes,
He broke an index finger. Impressive. I wonder if he'll be where we're going next. I wouldn't mind fighting him again.
And he goes to walk towards the limousine, and he gets in. Joe, what is going through your mind as your entire might pool depletes? You have 0 in your 0 might right now, just and you are fighting staying conscious. What are you thinking, and what are you thinking of to try to fight every bit of pain in your body right now?
The very first thing I would do, the very first thought is, oh God, I'm gonna be a father. I can't go out like this. My babies need me. Peggy needs me. Bethany needs me. They all need me. Sorry, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to do the Sticky Joe voice, be a little bit more authentic. Sticky Joe must live. Joe must live. And I'm gonna try to tap into my inner chi and MacGyver and just the Paku Paku, everything I can, everything. Shakugan, all the training, Armstrong, all the friends, all the people I didn't murder or eat. I am dumping all of that into my will to live.
So this, for anybody else, this would have been like a difficulty 8 roll to even try to crawl, because everyone's just like, what the fuck crashed into the RV? There's panic. Give me a difficulty 4 roll. This is no number, no nothing. You just got to try to beat a 12. This is literally like Uma Thurman and Kill Bill after she got out of the hospital bed. You're just wiggle your big toe. You're not paralyzed. You see your toe wiggling. Just your left leg is horrifically broken. Okay, good. Both your arms are not broken. Just your ribs are shattered and you have some horrific internal bleeding. You start to crawl. You vomit a little blood. Pulling yourself. You get to the steps of the RV. You roll onto the ground. Still just so much panic. George Michael is just like scream. You just hear that Ned Flanders scream from him, and everyone's just. But then finally, Peggy, she hears one of your grunts, and she runs screaming when she sees you and grabs you and picks you up and holds your head in her lap. And she's just, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And as we leave this scene of chaos, we must go back to the park, back to an unexplored region of the PBSO. Recently, there has been some drillings, and a civilization was found. They're aptly dubbed the Centaurs. They are another branch of the silica-based life forms. The Centaurs, they don't all just have like horse halves. They have many different animals, as the chief of the Centaurs is, his bottom half is a African elephant, a prehistoric African elephant. And he's sitting there, and he's got a massive, like, halberd in his hand. He's holding it behind his back with his arms draped over it behind his neck. And he's just looking down.
So, little one, what makes you think I should forgive this Joe and give up? He just left my future queen pregnant with a baby, and he's not going to be a father to it? Of course I'm pissed off. We are a race of mighty warriors in honor, little one.
And he says that to you, Ocean Chris. And please, introduce us to your character and how they look and their name, please.
All right, I'm Dr. Sarah Smith, an ecologist. She's about 5'4", strawberry blonde, and she would like to be called Doctor.
I don't know how that would fly out with other civilizations if they've gotten that far, but I do understand what a doctor is, so I will honor that honorific. Now, you're telling me I should just let it go, Doctor. Why is that?
I'm saying, do you really want him back? Do you really want him back with your wife? Like, to stay? Like, to be with your wife? Like, I thought you'd want to keep your wife to yourself, not, like, have another guy in here. Like, being a little bit of a cuck, aren't you?
He looks and he's just, so if it would have just been before you added that last sentence, I was going to have you roll, but with the utterance of the word cuck, yes, their civilization understands the terminology cuckolding. And, oh yeah, he understands this would be a great insult to his honor, and he's just,
oh, dear God, no. I do not want that man back. You know what? No. All right. Dr. Smith, go back and tell your superiors and everyone that whatever grudge was held is gone. Sticky Joe, I just don't want him anywhere near my wife. And that child, I don't give a shit if it looks like him. That is my child, and I will raise it happily. And to honor this agreement, I will present 2 things. A, I will present this guard for life. Maui, come here. And you just hear this stomping, even with the
fleshiness of the ground. It does have some stiffness from the muscle that where you are. You're still like bouncing up with every step, and you see he weighs about a good 1.5 metric tons, having the bottom half of a hippo. And the top half, he has Maori design tattoos all over his body. And he has dreads that reach to his nape of his back, right where the hippo portion begins. And he's holding a gargantuan club that looks like the spikes, the teeth that are coming out, came from a megalodon. And he puts it on his shoulder.
Hey, I got you, boss. What are you gonna need me to take care of her? Yeah, Maui. Go with Dr. Smith, and you'll be looking after her. And we will be opening up these lands for people in your park to explore. We'll leave it up to your people what they want to do when they've reached here. I will say we do have a very fun annual rodeo we like to do ourselves because, hey, nothing's fun because we consider that, like, in your terminology, a rodeo, I guess, is someone riding a horse. For us, a rodeo is a great wrestling event, and heck, we would love to have people enjoy that. So, Dr. Smith, as you are heading back with Maui, you are ready to just have a few days off. You have been on this expedition for, you see, it only took like a few hours to get here, but the negotiations with the chief took weeks because the man was so hard-headed. You decided to just finally drop all formality and just call him a cuck, and that's what saved it. But as you're getting back, you're getting something on your communication. Do you answer it?
I'm gonna listen to it first.
Sarah, dear, are you there? Sorry, I know how sensitive you are about that. Doctor, Sarah, are you there? It's Alkenfell. Honey, look, you might be busy, but I need you to hear this. You recognize that voice, of course. That's Alkenfell. You know her voice anywhere, and she seems very panicked, but you still listen. Honey, so I thought you had you were done with this job weeks ago. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm a little panicked. The Hull, I have no idea what he has been doing while he was in control of, but oh my God, Sarah, this is really bad. You were because you're going to be going on a expedition. I have sent you a special message to your risk communicator. You'll be getting a video for it that'll explain the situation for the next expedition. But honey, you were supposed to be going with the PIB agent Riley and the team to meet them and get to know them. And you're going to be on a 2-week vacation, but I'm sitting here looking at a message from marketing talking about someone named Bethany. If they're talking about that fucking crackhead I met on the pier, I thought that was a joke when she was here. I never hired her. More or less for the marketing department. Why in the hell I have no idea. And this marketing division, I know the one that's next to my office. Why? This office says it's down there where you are. And there's no one there anymore. Oh, God, Sarah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I need you to be careful, honey. I got 2 of the PIP coming to you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Your dad's going to kill me. Oh, my God. And the radio, all of a sudden, it immediately clicks off. You hear a beep, beep, beep. Beep, you look to your risk communicator. Do you turn on the video?
Well, shit. Yeah.
You see red warning lights, blood, gore all over the walls. And you see a person they look like they've given up on everything. Command, I don't know if this message is going to reach you. But I know you were planning to send a rescue team down here, but you can't do that. Please, you can't do that. You mustn't do that. Don't do that. Whatever you must do, the USS Ishimura must be destroyed. Don't send an expedition team here. I repeat, the USS Ishimura must be oh God, no! He takes off running. You just hear you see these
disturbing bodies chasing after him. You think their arms broken, twisted backwards with what look like scythes coming from their arms and hands. And then you see this creature with dactyl-like arms with 3 clawed extensions at the end of the dactyl arms with a proboscis with looks like some kind of needle at the end for injecting, just flapping behind it. And it looks at the communicator, calm, and the proboscis just smashes into it. But you still just ominously hear now, "Command, we need help. Please send the expedition team. All is not as bad as expected. Send people, fleshy people, people filled with blood." Maui's just looking down at you, Sarah, and goes, "Holy shit! Please tell me we're going there next. That sounds like it's going to be fun."
Maybe, Mau, maybe.
And you're reaching the park. Something is definitely wrong, Dr. Sarah. The power is out. You know Maury is the best goddamn engineer. And since he took control of the engineering department, there has not been any rolling blackouts in the park for weeks. So, where you are, you know you could reach the elevator because you can see far off where you need to go that the emergency backup generator next to the elevator to go main side is active. But is your curiosity waning because you are thinking the only office that could have been is close to the elevator? It wouldn't be more than just 5 minutes to walk to it. Do you go to the elevator, or are you going to check out this office that was for this marketing division?
I'm gonna turn to Maui. How quickly do you think you can make it to the elevator?
Well, if Dr. Sarah, if you do not mind,
No. I was gonna ride you back. Yeah.
Oh, I have a top speed of 75 miles per hour, so we'll be there in the blink of an eye. It'll take us about approximately 3 minutes.
We're not going to the elevator. We're gonna check out the office, and if things go downhill real fast, we go into the elevator.
Agreed. All right.
He takes off running quick. So I want you to do me a favor. Give me this is going to be a difficulty 3 intellect roll. You just got to beat a 9. So go ahead, roll a d20.
I got an 18.
Okay. Now, remember, so besides combat, those crit rolls still do follow over. So you rolled an 18. So technically you did crit. So your eyes, you have very special eyes because you've been down underground for a year. You have actually started to have an evolution. You can see in the dark perfectly as if you are in the night. The only downside is you have to wear extremely dark glasses on landside now when the sun is out because you could go blind just in daylight. And I need to know, how does Dr. Sarah feel about spiders?
They're kind of cool, and they sure know how to build a web.
You are seeing spiders that are just a little bit bigger than a full-grown man. They're about maybe 7 foot tall, and they have a humanoid torso. And they actually have more of a humanoid face, but they have 8 eyes. And you see them, but they're not causing damage per se. They're looking for something.
Do they seem intelligent enough to approach?
Oh, yes. Because the reason why I bring them up is because as you reach that office door and you opened it, you come face to face with a really large one, about 8 feet tall, and it was just getting ready to duck through the door frame, and it looks down at you. And I will say, because of your crit, this still extends, you don't get a sense of hostility.
Okay. Greetings. I'm Dr. Sarah Smith. Who am I speaking to?
Oh my God. There's still someone down here? Oh, are you okay?
I am currently fine. How are you guys doing?
Miss Smith, I do apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dr.
I'm sorry.
Smith.
It's doctor. Yes.
I do apologize. Dr. Smith, we're the newly hired silica-based individuals for the PIB, and we're named the Arachnid Squad because of, as you can see, because Miss Alkenfell, she's been wanting to reach out to more of the silica-based life forms to hiring, and we were the first group. And right now we're on an emergency rescue mission because there's been a sighting of an Adamantyte.
Where was it last sighted?
And the very building I just came out of.
Perhaps evacuate.
That's we have been doing an emergency evacuation of the entire park, ensuring. But I will inform you that during this time we have lost power, and 10 of my squad mates have gone silent.
Have you guys done any lockdown procedures yet?
We have actually. This is something we have trained extensively for. This is. I hate to sound cocky, but this is literally something we're supposed to be the best at. We received training from Green Berets. This is our thing. And Dr. Smith, do you have knowledge of adamantite life forms and their backgrounds?
I don't know. Do I?
Give me a difficulty 5 intellect roll. I'm sorry, difficulty 6. That means you got. No, I'll make it a 5. Knowing your background, I'm decreasing this from a 6 to a 5. So you just got to beat a 15.
I just making sure. I add tier and edge to it, right?
Yes. For this roll, you may add your tier and edge, and everybody else for roles that don't say you can't alter it, you can add your tier and edge. So that's a +4 you can add.
Okay, I forgot to add it last time, but this time
you're fine.
This time with it added, I got a 17.
Okay, this is more than enough, and this is actually going to help the party if you choose to inform them. But when you were younger, you heard tales through folk music about races that had existed on Earth a long time ago. You heard the songs about the silica life forms, where the werewolf, the were creature legends come from, and the fae and all that good stuff. But then you hear about the crimes that humanity did, about how there used to be 13 species that were classified as adamantite-based life forms, and how, led by a very enigmatic man, humanity was led to slaughter 9 of these species to extinction. And you thought all of this was a legend. And over time, you heard whispers of the ants, the Mothmen, Sasquatches, and then the rock humans. You've heard the whispers. And then you saw for yourself, you met a rock human. And you're like, but then they told you no. That one told you as he was dying on the ground from the difficult fight that happened. That, good Lord, so many bullets were used to kill him. But he told you no, they were just silica-based life forms. But the truth is they're adamantite. But you do know each 4 harbors a horrendous grudge against mankind for the atrocities that were done to their species and all the races. And you have seen traces of one of them for sure, besides the rock humans, and that is the ants. Because there are no ants on this planet. You've never seen an insect called an ant. There are no black ants, fire ants, no nothing. Till one day you found a very interesting piece of exoskeleton. And as you analyzed it, number one, you came across the element of adamantite. And then the more you learned, and until finally Alkenfell, she had come by the office, and then analysis of what you were doing, and she told you, you've got to stop right here. Leave it alone and forget what you found. But that goes against everything you've ever learned, your thirst for knowledge, so you dug deeper. Until you hired a team of mercenaries to head to the Amazon, because you heard tale that maybe 2 adamantites, the Sasquatches, and maybe traces of the ants might be there. You sent this mercenary team, and only one of them came back, and they were traumatized from it. So you know they are extremely dangerous, and they want something with this park, and that can't be good. And as you are considering all of this, the spider trooper, the arachnid trooper in front of you, he reveals himself to be, his name is Gabriel, and he says, you can just call him Gabe. And as you're speaking, he reaches down, he pulls up his comm, and he's like, can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I was speaking with Dr. Smith here. We still have individual down here. And you just hear a very panicked, "Get the fuck down!" And Dr. Smith, as you and the Gabriel look at each other, Maui's just getting ready to turn around to head towards the elevator. Before you guys can even blink, yes, I'll actually let you go first.
Okay, I was gonna be like, all right, nope. I'm gonna grab Gabe by the arm and say, "We're out of here," and hop on the back of Maui.
You know what? I am very thankful you're going to do that. I'm going to let this happen. And as you guys are taking off, right as you're getting closer to the elevator, what appears there, you see standing about 5'3". Their head looks like they're wearing like a helmet that is red in color. Their body is granite, even with the it's extremely muscular exoskeleton, and that in between the seams you see this purple like membrane that is definitely like their muscle tendons. And you hear Gabriel behind you just say, "Oh God, it's a drone." So this is like if you've ever played the original Resident Evil 3 on PlayStation. In that game, whenever a really crucial moment happened with Nemesis or something, everything would slow down and you had to make a crucial decision. As you're looking at that, Dr. Sarah, this is literally like that stereotypical anime moment. As you look at this little dude who's only like 5'4", all you see is just a massive manifestation of the Grim Reaper behind him. You know that is death. And maybe if you would have gone to the elevator first, this would have saved you some time, but right as the elevator dings open, 2 PIB agents are standing there, one with a cigarette in his mouth and a female that looks like she's holding a wooden hammer. Their eyes go wide when they see the little, what has been called a drone standing in front of them, and they see you. They reach out their arms. This is your decision. This is your decision. Right as you're going, in just the span of Maui slowly blinking his eyes, you and Gabriel go flying off of his back, and Maui's being held by his throat by the drone. The drone does that curious head cock at you, and Maui just screams, "Go!" as he raises his club to bring it down on him. You have a choice. Do you want to try to do something to help Maui get to the elevator, or do you take Gabriel and run to the elevator?
I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. But we are underground.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Well, I have a flashlight on me. Hopefully a high-powered flashlight, because
yes, it is actually a 50,000 plus lumen flashlight.
Yeah, that thing has eyeballs.
Yes,
so I'm going to try to use the flashlight in its eyeballs, attempting to disorient it just enough.
So this is actually, I'm going to have this be an intellect roll. Because you're going completely in a different route than I was seeing, I'm going to have this be, this is going to be another difficulty 5 intellect roll, but because you're using the flashlight, I will allow you to add your tier and your tier and effort to it.
Tier and effort? What about edge?
Yeah, so you can add the 4. I'm sorry. You can add the tier and edge. Sorry, tier and edge.
Okay. So what do I need to roll?
You're just gonna roll your d20 and then add that +4 to it, and you just gotta try to beat a 15.
How much if I use some of my pool?
I will let you, for 4 points from your intellect pool, I'll let you reduce it another 2 down to, so you have to beat a 9.
Okay. I got a 22.
Okay, you definitely critted, because, that's an 18 +4. So, as you point your flashlight at the creature, you immediately see that when the flashlight hit its flesh from the UV, the exoskeleton immediately started to sizzle. And then when it hit its eyes, it screeched, threw Maui to the ground. You can hear his left arm, where he landed, just shatter, but he lives. His throat has a good chunk, torn out of the right side, but it did not hit the carotid artery. So Maui's using his he's got his club strapped to his back, and he's using his free hand to hold the wound closed, and he's limping to you, and he just can't say anything because of the wound, but he's just giving a look of just, "You saved my life." And as the thing is screeching and screaming, you see the eyes exploded, Dr. Smith.
I'm going to take note of that.
Even then, though, with this crit, you still have very little time to celebrate, because by the time Maui gets up to you, it stomps the ground, and you see it hold its hand to the hole in the side of its head which you now assume is its ear, and it clearly looks at you guys. And thankfully, from your crit, that's when the female agent grabs all three of you, and you notice this is how powerful she is. She throws you into the damn elevator as the male one takes a drag from the cigarette and turns into smoke. But you hear him just say, sadly, this is goodbye, Freya. Tell the kids Daddy loved them and love you, baby. And as the elevator door closes, you see Joker going at the ant, but even before he can turn back to smoke again, it rips him in half. And the female PIB agent just drops to her knees and screams. And when you reach the top floor, there's just, you notice this is the first time all the PIB has ever been gathered, and they're all at the entrance just taking like a fucking fighting pose. They have every fucking prototype ready, everything ready. They see it's you, and they drop down and they go, and Freya just goes, we lost Joker. And the only other thing she says is, it's a drone. And that's when the head of the PIB, the master, comes and goes, bring me my war gear, bring me the battle suit, and I will go down. And you're led to a safe area, and Alkenfeld comes running. She's wearing her typical white skirt power suit, and she grabs you and she hugs you close, and she goes, oh God, dear, are you okay?
Auntie, I'm fine. But you seriously need to stop anybody from going down there until you get some kind of UV weapons.
Wait, why UV weapons?
That will melt them.
Okay. I will get that immediately to the marketing division. We will get working on that and get the entirety of the park equipped with high-powered UV spotlights. This is amazing information, and I'm just glad to see you okay, honey. And oh my, I didn't think you centaurs could come topside.
Well, ma'am, you do realize we came from topside before we went into the PBSO because my ancestors came from ancient Samoa.
Oh, that is very fascinating. Oh, so that's what.
Yeah. So, the young lady here, she saved my life, and we were going to be coming to I needed to pass this on because this is from the chief.
Alkenfeld takes the message, reads it. At least there's some good news, but Sarah, I need you to go to the group that's on their vacation right now, because the Hall, the male half of me, I knew there was something. I knew it. No wonder Yeeler left me. But he's planning something right now, and he's working with some really evil people. And this isn't like where they're trying to take over the world. These people don't even care about that. At this point, they just want to see humanity suffer. And even if it's just like a group of 5 people, they're happy because it's human suffering. So,
Auntie, what about my vacation, Auntie?
I want you to go to Riley and make sure this Bethany person is gone. And another thing is, honey, someone stole you, Riley, my adoptive daughter, my foster daughter, Moonlight, Sticky Joe, Uretzi, and Scruffy's personnel files. Oh, I'm sorry, Maury's as well. And these are the personnel files where we have redacted information. So, honey, they know the truth. Oh my
Auntie,
God.
are you telling me that they know who I really am?
Yes. Don't worry. I've already made sure your dad is safe. He's been taken to, well, we call it the panic room. Even the mother of all bombs wouldn't be able to break through where he is. We're going to get everyone else's families there as well, and Uretzi's tribe, because it's basically a city in there. But I want you to enjoy your time that you get to have, and I just want you to get Riley and everyone back safe here, and then get everyone to the panic room. I need you to know everyone is safe, honey.
Okay, but I'm going to need some supplies.
I'll get you to the war room. I think I got the perfect thing for you. And one of the last things, as we see for right now with you, Sarah, is you're led to the war room where they keep the really heavy weaponry. And then that's when you get to see it. And you're told this is one of the things you're getting given. You know that big like excavator that you could say from from Aliens, the one where Ripley's in it and says, "Get away from her, you bitch." Imagine that, but with actually a covering around for the body. And you heard tell that they had just finished these exosuits, and you know this can, with just one of the clawed arms, can pick up a car and throw it. But the beautiful thing is, it's made with an extremely lightweight polymer that gives off the properties of iron. So this massive exosuit folds into a suitcase. And as you're given that, that's when we're going to finally go back to the main group. But I would like to ask, what does Sarah say as she's given that briefcase for the suit that transforms?
It's business time.
God damn it, I love it. All right, now this is where we get to it. So I'm going to go right back to the moment as Sticky Joe flew crashing into the RV. Scruffy, what goes through your mind as you see that? You don't know it's Sticky Joe at first. You just see something flying at a high speed crash into the RV that you guys came in, that you guys were driving with.
First thought would be, oh man, I'm gonna have to fix something. Then once I realized it was Sticky Joe, I'd go, oh, it's the sticky guy. I better go help him.
And as you're running over to the side of the RV, you hear Peggy scream. And that's just where you see a broken and mangled Joe just barely hanging on to breathing and everything. He's fought through some serious pain. And as you're going towards there, now let us set up with Uretzi. How did you react as you saw the high-speed object crash into the RV before you knew it was Joe?
She was gonna grab the closest sharp object. But then when she realizes, she's quickly switching to grabbing first aid materials and gonna go help him out.
As you are running over, and because you made sure to grab the med kit, Joe, I would like you to roll me a d6, and for that med kit, I'm going to let this be a +4. So whatever you roll on the d6, I want you to add that 4, and that's how many points you're going to get back to your might. But really emphasize, as you're getting there,
I was muted.
Very good. So just roll me a quick d6 for me real quick.
Yep. Oh, you said d6? Okay.
Yep, just a d6.
There you are. +4, that's 10.
All right, you get 10 back to your pool. And good God, you just... When she opens up your pathway and that blood just goes through the pen, you're able to breathe again. She does a quick suturing on your throat for where she stuck that pin cap in to help you breathe, and she's checking, and she does a quick incision on the side of your stomach, and she's able to do an emergency, taking some crazy glue, sew the sides of your stomach closed so no more of your stomach acid comes out, causing more damage. And
can I also add something?
Yes.
So I know, I kind of have some sort of healing factor. Can I do blood transfusion?
Oh, so I will. So you know what? Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna check something real quick. We gonna check something real quick. Do. Oh, I got one right here. Heads or tails?
Tails.
You are so lucky. So yes, you have a couple of empty. You have a couple empty blood bags, and you're able to begin a blood transfusion. And Joe, the disadvantage I was going to be giving you is taken away. As that, from the healing factor from Uretzi, it's going to not knit everything healed. It's just all the internal bleeding and damage is repaired. You still have a few broken ribs, and you still see traces of the indent of the thing that punched you near your sternum of your chest. You can show everybody the wound, that fist, if you want, because you also do notice there's what looks like, this is definitely the scalding of gunpowder.
I'm going to show everybody the indent, and then I'm going to put some tape on there and tape it to the side of the RV and try to pull the dent out. Joe doesn't know if that will work, but he's going to try.
So now I am going to concede the floor right now for a RP for Sticky Joe, Scruffy, and Uretzi. Joe, if you would like to inform everyone, go right ahead, but you're now healed enough to talk freely. I'm not going to make you do any rolls for that, so this is group role play moment, and I am going to mute myself.
Joe saw Bethany get in a car with a stranger with candy and some big bug-looking thing. Joe's just like a little emotionally scarred from this encounter. Not so much that it was because he was afraid for his own life. It was just, it's like, wow, I have everything to lose now because I'm going to be a dad. Joe got beat. Joe got beat bad. He's going to grab onto Bethany. Or not Bethany, Peggy.
Yeah, we could tell. Also, I can't say I'm quite surprised. Do you happen to know which way they went, or were you too busy fighting for your life?
Joe can show you. Brian, by any chance, with us returning to the area where the fight happened, would some of those documents that Bethany have, would those still be there?
There's actually something even more intriguing. The documents aren't there. You definitely see where the poor Spike Mogwai was thrown 2 buildings. You see the holes, and you see the aftermath of where Joe was punched through. You see this 20-foot crater. But then in the direction that the limo went, you see this individual that, well, Joe, how spiritual is Sticky Joe?
Very spiritual since his training with, was it a Shitar? I'm just calling him MacGyver. But yeah, since Joe's been doing his training and with the faking and all that, he's pretty spiritual.
So your mind is just getting blown because you think you're seeing a seraph because what's standing there, granted, they're not, androgynous nude with no genitalia. This person is this is definitely a man, tan skin, and he's wearing a very nice red, black pinstripe suit. But from his hair is the shaping of 7 wings. I'm sorry, 8 wings. It goes 4 on each side. His hair makes that. And I'm going to tell you this now. And so, granted, the wings were already blowing the hairs making the wings were blowing your mind. But as you get closer, this is a very tall man because he is about 8'2". It looks like he weighs 400 pounds of solid muscle underneath that suit because his muscles are bulging with his crossed arms, but all of you get no sense of hostility from him. He's just looking at all of you. You must be the one that went flying in that direction. I'm surprised to see you standing so easily. I take it you were looking for the young lady that you had followed here?
Yes. Have you seen where Bethany went?
Oh, I do apologize, Sticky Joe. Oh, I see Yoretzi and, our favorite janitor who would clean the office, Scruffy. Granted, I know in this visage, in this voice, you don't remember me, but you probably will remember how Bethany got many calls from the marketing department and the office. Well, hello. It's so nice to see you all again. Granted, you all knew me as a different person, but my name is Tick, and I'm going to save you now, Joe. No, I'm not some kind of angel. I am a Sasquatch. Now, I do apologize, but those papers, we're not going to be able to give them back just yet. But don't worry. Very soon we'll all be meeting up again at the, from what Bethany told us, there's going to be a big old party at the Playboy Mansion. Well, what a better place for some real introductions to finally... Because we never knew that Lahal would fuck up and give control of the body back to goddamn Alkenfell. Who would have known a woman would actually be strong enough? But, hey. Oh, you are all so confused. Do you have any questions? Can I answer anything? Or is there back to narrator mode, is there anything you guys would like to do as this, that he just revealed they are Sasquatch? Anything you 3 would like to do?
I'm just gonna say, I find that last statement a little offensive.
Well, I don't, look, I mean, compared to women of actual strength, Alkenfell is, for anyone like you would probably easily be to wrestle control from Lahal, but I didn't mean any offense. It's just, even though Lahal, we made that arrangement, just us having to be around him always infuriated us, and because he was using the name Alkenfell for everything, we just grew to hate that name, so I do apologize. But now, I can't do the big bad guy thing. I can't tell you everything that's going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm just here to tell you, you don't gotta worry. We'll be meeting each other again very soon.
Sticky Joe's mom can take him.
Joe, I don't know who's doing the cover shoot or anything or why this party's going on, but I just, I've really started to like you all. Like, out of all just those humans, you guys are really genuinely good people. Because Bethany told us about what happened with SeaWorld and everything, and then returning Dagon Spawn. You returned the child. Granted, they still hate your guts, and they can't wait for what's coming next, but I'm really rooting for you guys. I hope you make it through it.
I'm gonna give him a hard caramel candy in my pocket that miraculously survived the fight with the bug person.
He takes it and he goes, I haven't seen her in so long, but my old wife, Moonlight, she used to give me candies like this.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, question out of character.
Shoot.
Does Joe know that Moonlight is his cousin?
You can ask. Like I said, you still feel no sense of hostility from him. He's willing to answer any questions or anything. You gotta if you have a question.
Okay. All right, back in the character. Joe always felt this weird connection to Moonlight. Not romantic, but like family. Do you know anything about Moonlight and me if we have something? I don't know much about anything outside park life.
His eyebrow goes up and his eyes go wide. Is she over 6 foot tall, muscular, and blonde?
Yeah, likes to grab people by the throat.
You see his lip quivering and he starts violently shaking. No. She's not going to be at this event, right?
I don't know. Probably.
No. They said my wife died. No, I can't let this happen! And he squats down and he takes off, and you don't hear anything as he takes off. It's about a good minute about a good 30 seconds after he flew, a loud bang goes off, so you know he hit supersonic speed. And I will once again leave the ground open to group roleplay.
So I guess that was a no.
Actually, you get that with a hard yes, and that that he's been lied to, and you get the sense that he is very panicked because, Joe, I'm just gonna say this. You don't have nipples anymore, because just when you think of the event, they just evaporate. That's the level of danger you're in. You look in the direction of the Playboy Mansion, you just see an ominous skull in the sky.
Fucking hell.
Leave the ground open to everyone else if you want to tell anybody. So there you go.
I kind of think if we go there, at least me might die.
We'll try our best not to make that happen, but I still think we need to go.
Scruffy's finished patching up what he could of the RV, and he's got his saxophone in hand, and he's so we're going, right?
Something I gotta take care of first. Brian, what I'd like to do is kind of feel like I have to go, but I would like to.
So here's the thing, Joe. I'm going to be honest. You guys don't have to go. It's up to you. But there just could be reasons that it might be beneficial for you to go to prevent any danger. Because as Scruffy, Uretzi, and Joe are getting back, you see Rick and Root are standing there and their feet are, quickly tapping the ground like they're very nervous, as if they were waiting for you three to show up. There you guys are. What the fuck did you guys hire as a tour bus driver? He's looking at you, Scruffy. They got fear in their eyes. And Sticky Joe, you see Peggy is sitting in the front of the tour bus. You can see from the very front. And you just see, it's not a man. This is a female. Her hair is a deep velvet purple, very elaborate curls and everything. And just as that one enigmatic figure you saw that was wearing the top hat, this female has what looks like a deep purple fur collar that goes all the way down. It looks like a jacket, and she's just happily waving to you three, and Peggy's just nervously waving at you.
Are we still where we were, or are we at the mansion?
Oh, you've come back to the mansion parking lot. Just no one's left yet. Just you see this female wearing this strange-looking jacket, and she sits up from the seat. She whispers into Peggy's ear, and her eyes just go wide, and she just stays sitting, and she elegantly just skipping, walks down, comes down the steps. She goes, "Hold on, before I introduce myself, I just want to stretch my wings because they're getting a little uncomfortable like this. It gets a little uncomfortable having to pretend, to fit in. But, well, I've noticed this place is very peculiar. Doesn't even really have a sun, but let me just stretch out." And what looked like a jacket unfurls from her arms, and they unfurl out two big old moth wings. And then they just comfortably fold up on her back without having to be a jacket. "My name is Celebi. My dad is, well, you could call him the boss of the Mothmen. A lot of your guys' most famous stories come from him, I guess. But he's always given that thing that he's always been nice and benevolent to humans, but he's getting a little bored, and he wants a little payback. But I've always been intrigued by you, and, well, Daddy just wants me to make sure you all behave and you don't spoil his party and fun, because the Ant King has been promised a night of his life, and that he's going to get to finally go all out for once. So, and I will admit, I wanted to be the one to do this because Daddy, he wanted to send one of his more intimidating agents. He was also thinking of having the Ant King use one of his more intimidating soldiers to do this, but I will admit it, I've always had a little bit of a crush on that scruffy-looking gentleman over there. She looks over at you, Scruffy, gives you a wink, and, well, Daddy knows that if he did anything to the one I wanted, I would throw a temper tantrum, and it would be bad for everyone, and I would refuse to give any more fortunes. So Daddy said I can be the driver, and I can make sure my sexy, scruffy man over there doesn't get hurt, and I can make sure you guys get to the party. Because I will say, Daddy did prepare a little special surprise if you were to try to go back to the park or on the way to the actual bash. But like I said, I don't want anything to happen to my scruffy little hero over there. I saw how much of a man he was when he protected everyone during that little marauder attack. That's right, I was the secretary for the marketing department, so I do know you all. So, Scruffy, Celebi, she walks over to you, and she's like blushing all the hell. She stands about 5'5". Her wings that makes it about 9 foot tall with her wings. She walks over to you and she goes, "Now, Scruffy, so look, my daddy, he says it's my little rebellious phase, but I've actually come to like humans. And, well, if you agree to be my scruffy moth father and you take this ring, I will guarantee your safety, honey. And of course your friends. Scruffy, how will you respond?"
Scruffy reaches out and takes, her hand with the ring and everything, and he says, "I want you to understand how much I would want this to work, but I don't know that I can. Moths leave dust everywhere, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that."
Oh, you see, this is why you are so cute. You always just worry about everything else. She gives your cheek a little pinch, and she goes, "Oh, you don't need to worry, because granted, yes, the moths that eventually were born from us, granted, they have their little, because they don't have the same properties as they lost their adamantite. The dust that actually comes from me, now granted, from my daddy, it's that nasty drug that he gives that Bethany lady, but from me, it's powdered diamonds.
Gruffy's greedy side starts taking over. Well, I mean, what I meant to say was that's quite beautiful dust you have there. I've decided I might be ready for it.
So when she blushes, her cheeks turn blue, and she's just holding the sides of her cheeks. She's just, oh, everyone was so mad because you're so young. I mean, I know I'm 8,000 years old, but you just took my breath away. And so the ring, if Scruffy, you put it on your finger, this ring is actually going to act like a beacon, so she'll always know where you are, pop up, and be watching you. And she says, now don't worry, I'm not going to make you get married just yet. It's my big dream day, and I have so many plans. Oh, we're going to have the best wedding. And that's when, with a snap of her finger, she goes, okay, boys, you can stop hiding there. Behind Root and Rick, their camouflage dropping, you see these are about 7 foot tall, but their arms go all the way down. Their hands reach their feet and dragging on the ground. That's how long their arms are. These are more ants, but these ones, instead of being red, they're a deep velvet purple. Now, granted, Daddy did make me bring a couple of soldiers, but now, well, normally they, of course, when they serve the little queen and the ant king, they're sworn loyalty to them. But these were my birthday present from Daddy. These are my personal soldiers. And, well, now since they protect me, that means they're also going to protect my little Scruffy bug here. She pinches her cheek again, Scruffy. And, and don't worry, they usually just don't say much. They just kind of just stare. They're just doing this deep, ominous stare at you, Scruffy, as if they're staring at your very soul. And then I'm not going to make you do a sanity roll. Just disturbing because the way they blink is one of them, their eyes slow to just, this is awful. It's like, why is it so slow? All right, you two, you can actually, you know what, you can just go back to camouflage mode because I forgot how weird it is having you there. Now, actually, Scruffy love, will you give me a second? I'm receiving, my daddy's giving me a call. My phone's vibrating. Can you give me a second, honey?
Take all the time you need.
As she turns and leaves away, you just see an outline of her body, and it's just a perfect diamond dust outline. Just Scruffy vacuum that up.
Yeah, Scruffy would vacuum that up quickly and say, as terrifying as she is around, I love to see her leave.
And as she turns back around, she is just happily clapping, just super excited because she goes, oh my goodness, Daddy just told me, well, the little present that he left at the park, well, it went over swimmingly. Alkenfell, she's losing her little mind. She's thinking her park has just lost everything, that her mail hall just ruined everything. And, I mean, she doesn't even know that her child's disappeared. But then you have, there's this young lady by the name of Sarah. Let's just say we're going to be having a really interesting doctor joining us soon. And granted, Daddy did want me to, because apparently he's a little upset that things didn't go a little bit as he was hoping. He was hoping that maybe there could have been a casualty, but well, Daddy does say I am in my rebellious phase. The 8 to 10,000 year range is when we just want to be our rebellious girls. Want to be the moth girls want to be rebellious, and so she is on her way now. And I thought, well, how better than for us to pick her up and have her join us for the festivity. And don't worry, the first day you guys get to have your fun and everything. And it'll be the second day when I get to hear you perform with that saxophone that the real party will begin. So I'll see you in the RV. I'll see you in the tour bus, and of course, I'm not going to rush everyone. I'll let everyone have their time to get ready, because I'll say we'll get ready to leave here in about an hour. That should be perfectly amount for us to meet Dr. Smith. And, one more thing. This is not just for you, honey, but for Yuretsi and Joe. I am going to let you know that, don't worry, your families won't get to miss the big party because they're already there waiting for
Mother of God.
And
Happy,
she just
I don't like your mob wife.
She looks over at you and she goes, if I didn't know my scruffy wuffy would be so jealous of you, and I would not like him being around you. You are too cute. Yuretsi, you just see the ominous Grim Reaper behind her as she stares at you.
Oh, she's still gonna do the flip off.
I've heard that, and I heard you were brave. How would you like to do an arm wrestling match with me?
Sure.
Because I've heard you're pretty strong.
Sure.
Okay. She's just, Ryan, one of the assassin class ants, unchameleons himself. Can you grab me a table real quick? Disappears, reappears, table above, holding above him. He's just using it with a pinky and just drops it in front of him. You could have brought a tablecloth. Oh, you did. I'm so proud of you. Oh, all right. You can go back to playing with Matt. He disappears again. So when she slams her elbow onto this table, you vibrate up and down, and she's still just giving you that cute smile. Do you activate your prototype?
Not yet.
Okay. So when she grips your hand, give me a difficulty 4 might roll, and you may add your tier and edge to it, so you can add a +4. So you just got to beat a 12.
I got a 22.
Oh God, you crit! So as she's trying to squeeze her hardest, you answer in kind, and it's just so Sticky Joe, Scruffy, as you're going to go into the tour bus, you still just hear the grinding of bones as they're just squeezing as hard as possible. Now, so I actually am going to give you a choice, since you actually, if you wouldn't have critted, you would have had to make your decision before I even lay out the rules. But so if you activate your prototype, this will decrease a difficulty 6 roll down to a 4. If you don't, you gotta beat a difficulty 6, which is beat an 18.
I got some confidence.
Alrighty, go for it.
Joe believes in your Etsy.
I got another 22.
How does this look as you win?
Just no expression. Like you may act all cutesy, but trying to show off oh how strong I am. That ain't gonna fly with me. I'm too angry. She just slams the hand down.
As Yuretsi slams Celebi's hand down, the table cracks in half, and then a crack in the ground just travels for about a good 10 meters. Celebi just looks at you and goes, you probably thought I would be mad or anything, but, if I hadn't promised my heart to my scruffy wuffy, I ain't gonna lie. My eyes would have been on you, hot stuff. If she gives you a wink, Yuretsi.
I'm already taking.
She goes, that's a very lucky individual, because I only swore and strong me would be able to have my heart. Well, man or woman. Just again, as she gets up, she just does a little cracking of her wrist and cracks her fingers. Just gives you another playful wink. And as Bruno pokes his head out, Celebi just kind of looks at him, then looks at you, and I'm not adverse to a 3-way. She goes inside the tour bus. Bruno's just, I have no idea what happened, but dear God, I don't want to know. And, thankfully, you all go in the bus, and Biscuit lifts up out of the ground, and Celebi has Matt, the other assassin ant. He stays camouflaged, so the steering wheel looks like it's just on autopilot, and having him just actually drive the speed limit and everything. Until, look, they had to use the PIB vehicle because Maui wouldn't fit in anything else right now that they have because Armstrong took the RV. And, well, you guys encounter what looks like a pretty large garbage truck, and you see what looks like a woman in a black suit, and she sees the empty steering wheel and Peggy in the front of it, and she's just mouths. If anyone's looking at her, and I know most of you probably can read lips, she's just, what in the fuck? Okay, what the fuck? And because the tour bus is blocking them, they have to stop. Selby looks and goes, all right, let's not be impolite, everyone. Let's go greet. And George and the other members of Wham and the Emperor Penguin are just, we're so confused. We're just staying right here. Thank God we don't work for this park. What is going on? I'm so scared. Bruno's just looks at him and goes, so, hate to break it to you guys, but the minute you got involved with these people, this is going to be your life every day now. If you would have asked me, my advice would have been run. And I was a giant skinwalker before. And Bruno turns around and goes, of course I would never do that to you, honey. And he just turns back to them and goes, nods. And they're all just like, dear God, we fucked up. Sticky Joe, Scruffy, Etsy, do you go outside with Celebi, Root, and Rick to see who's in this garbage truck and who's garbage pickup truck and who's going to be joining you guys?
Question.
Bruno would have to carry her.
Oh, he happily carries you. And yes, Sticky Joe.
Where's Clem and Vegeta Jr.?
Oh, so Clem. So I should have included that in the recap. Clem, dear listeners, he actually was one of the. They thought they were extinct. Clem is technically one of the Adamantyte species. He was a Thunderbird. And coming out on the surface and everything that happened, and because of Joe helping him be able to fly, he went through a rapid evolutionary process in like literally fucking millions of years and seconds. His Adamantite DNA, ANA literally activated and he became his Thunderbird self. Clem is gone, baby. He's a Thunderbird again. You will never see him again. He is currently flying through space now. He's going back to the birthing grounds of the Thunderbirds.
I think you have an egg, though.
Oh, no. It hatched. There are 3 chicks. Uretzi has one, Maury has one, and so does Sticky Joe. Don't worry. Everyone's chicks are safe. They're actually back in the back of the tour bus messing around with the instruments. It's adorable. Vegeta Jr. he's got 2 of the drumsticks in his mouth and he's playing around with it. And I'm going to ask you a question before everyone gets off the bus. Is anyone hungry? Would anyone be hungry?
I mean, I just had a hole in my stomach, so yes.
So both of you actually have really good senses of smell, and you smell what just smells like a broth you have never smelled before. You're literally just a pool of drool is underneath your feet. That's how, and you look over at the chicks, and one of them he's looking at a bowl of soup, just like some regular chicken noodle soup. And he's just, from what you can tell, best way to call it is he's drooling, and just a drop of it fell into the soup. And granted, you know how chicken noodle soup has that this is just the broth though, but the yellow broth left, and now this bowl looks like there's nothing in there. Do either of you 2 approach it? And before anyone asks, I will explain here in a second, that's not fucking spit. It's not spit. It's something else. They're not spitting in the food and it's good. No, there's actually a biological thing that's going on here.
Yeah, I look into it.
Yeah, same.
You're getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. I want both of you to give me, both of you roll a d20, and whoever rolls higher gets the soup first.
15.
Sticky Joe?
12.
All right, you're Etsy. You dive at the bowl and you pick it up. It definitely has weight that there's a liquid in there, but it still looks like this bowl is empty. You hold it to your lips. You are tasting ingredients from over millions of years ago. From their drool is not a saliva. It's actually, best way to describe it is it's a bouillon. It's a stock. It's all the ingredients that they're from their genetic history. And before anyone asks, this actually is a thing. Animals can have a genetic history and shit. All of that stuff follows. And so what happens is, because of their ANA, while they are chicks, they will, when they're hungry and they see a food, they will secrete this bullion-like stock that has remnants of food, like plants, mushrooms. These chicks are actually omnivores, so there's even proteins, meats from animals, species from millions of years ago. So the best way to say it is, this is a literal, and when you take a sip of it, you get the biggest, stupidest smile on your fucking face. And I'm going to give you advantage on your roll in the next week's session.
Okay.
Do you share the soup?
Well, yeah. It's much just like,
you know what?
Soup and hands it over.
You know what? I actually like that. I'm going to use that. I'm just going to say it's a primordial ooze bullion, or just primordial bullion. I like that, Jen. That's perfect. But what did you say though, Yuritsi? Are you sharing?
Yeah, they could just say good soup and then hand it over.
And Sticky Joe, you just see. Do you try it, Joe? Once again, same thing. It still has the weight, and you're like, there's nothing in here. She's just pretending. Hold it to your lips, and bam! Memories of the primordial of times past. You're seeing species like giant sloths, everything, and then just your face contorts into this big, giant, stupid, goofy smile. And you're going to get advantage on your rolls next session.
By any chance, does this help my nipples regrow?
Yes, but it's not going to be instantaneously. It will take 3 sessions.
All right, Joe understands in his line of work. He's going to be, shit happens, but Bethany likes his nipples, so I'm sorry, not Bethany. Peggy. Oh my gosh.
The perfect moment, because waking up from the back of the tour bus, because it was a long bit and they just needed a nap. Moonlight, you come from the back of the tour bus and you see what looks like a 5'4" woman with purple velvet hair and purple velvet moth wings, and she's holding Scruffy by the arm, just jumping happily, just occasionally kissing him on the cheek. You see the old RV that you guys came in the vacation. You see it has a gargantuan hole in the side of it. No, I'm sorry, you're not there anymore. You don't see that RV. Sorry, Moonlight, you don't get to see that. But you see you're parked, and there's a garbage pickup dumpster truck in front of you that you guys are parked in this tour bus in front of. And Riley's still sleeping. He's just like, I need sleep. And you see your Retzi and Sticky Joe with just the stupidest, largest smiles on their faces as Joe is holding what looks like is a empty bowl. Moonlight, do you inquire about this?
I inquire about everything. What happened? What did I miss? And how did I get here again?
Moonlight, just to help out a little bit, your memory comes through. You remembered Riley you wanted to have, he's like, do things in a...
You went mute for a couple... Riley went what?
Okay. So Riley had a fantasy about doing a sexy time in a tour bus. So after you guys had a little romantic session, you both passed out on each other's arms.
I look back and I see like half the tour bus is destroyed. Yeah, that tends to happen.
And you also see the three Thunderbird chicks are playing instruments. One of them has sticks in its mouth and it's rocking. But you also see that bowl that Sticky Joe is holding, as he's just, both Yuretsi and Sticky Joe's eyes are closed and they have smiles that go to each corner of their mouths.
Ooh, I missed something good. Do tell.
Joe, do you share the soup?
Absolutely.
Moonlight, do you accept the bowl?
Does it smell delicious?
So what you smell, there's a puddle of drool under your feet. That's how much you're drooling now since you are smelling it.
Okay, I don't even hesitate. I just lift the bowl up and I just chug it. Listen, I love Riley, but he's not getting this.
You'd literally kill everybody on this van for this soup.
So
probably.
Moonlight, here's the thing. When you're given this bowl, first of all, you think Sticky Joe is fucking with you somehow, that there's just a smell he's attached to us, because when you are given the bowl, it has the weight that there's a liquid in there, but when you look at it, it's clear. There's no liquid in there. It looks clear. But you decide to go with it, and do you drink it?
Oh, here's the thing. I don't question Sticky Joe. If he gives me something, there's a reason for it. I just don't even hesitate. It's like, I smell food. I'm going to drink this bowl of question mark.
So, as you bring the bowl to your lips, a liquid actually starts to pull down your throat. Now, at first, you just get a little bit of a sip, and immediately you are taken to centuries past. You are seeing species from like dinosaurs, giant sloths, other prehistoric creatures. You're seeing prehistoric plants, and then slowly, as you're just drinking more of the soup, you get the largest, dumbest fucking smile on your face. And Moonlight, what had happened is, so above board, so you can know what happened. This is just for your character, for the player. So what had happened, Sam, is Sticky Joe and Yoretzi had seen one of the chicks. He was standing over some broth of chicken soup, and as he was standing over it, a secretion was coming from his mouth that would be mistaken to be drool, but it's, as Jen put it, it is a primordial ooze bullion. It is. So what happened is, genetically, because they're an Adamantyte species, the Thunderbirds, genetically, everything their species has eaten over time is remembered across everyone. So and whenever during the chick phase, whenever they're around something that they enjoy, they secrete this bullion. And the minute just a drop fell into the chicken broth, it turned invisible, basically, into the most clear broth you could ever think of. This is the Millennium Soup. And because you drank it, next session you will have advantage on...
You know what? Just because of this amazing LSD trip soup is what Moonlight is thinking. I'm gonna grab is there another bowl around? She's gonna look at Sticky Joe. I need a bowl for Riley.
You do notice on the stovetop there's a bowl of chicken broth. You grab it and you see it's not clear though, and you're just wondering, but then that's when you get the smell from your nose, and you look and you see one of the chicks again is, all of them are actually, looks like they're drooling. Does Moonlight put the bowl underneath them?
Oh, absolutely.
The minute a drop of that hits the soup, it turns clear.
Ooh, Riley's gonna love this. She runs off with the bowl. Riley! I got soup!
Oh, wait, soup? Oh, man. And before, he can even talk, you just give him the bowl, and he's just like, you gotta be fucking
I just force it in his face.
He chugs it, and, because of the force, and just even thinking it was invisible, he tastes it, he gets the same stupid big smile on his face. This is so good! But here is my question, as both of you are coming out of the back. Does Yoretzi and Sticky Joe tell Moonlight of anything that happened? That I will allow this to be a group role play moment.
Can I give some soup to Peggy first? Pregnant lady gotta eat.
Of course you may. You do the same. You prepare the soup because you saw how it was made. And Peggy is just, I can already tell our little guy has the same smile on my face. Yeah, if you did an ultrasound, it would have the little baby would have this stupid smile.
Oh, okay. Yoretzi, do you want to take the lead on this?
Yeah, Scruffy married a mob who was immediately hitting on me because I won a wrestling match, or arm wrestling match with her. And
I mean, you are adorable, so I can understand why.
Wait, moth people are real?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that, honey? But anyway, please continue.
So that happened. Alcavel's a woman right now. Something about a missing child. Couldn't know where that came from.
You know what? I had suspicions. I didn't have any proof, so I can't say anything.
There will be no proof.
You know what? Fail. Some things I'm not that curious about.
So yeah, that happened.
Oh wait, no, I missed Scruffy's wedding. Is it too late to get him a wedding present?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but there's a problem as well. Dogs would stop. Hold on.
As Yoretzi was saying, talking to Moonlight, Riley can't help but look at Scruffy's chest, at Sticky Joe's chest, and go, "Hey, dude, can you do me a favor? Can you lift up your shirt real quick?"
Silly Riley. Joe, I don't have a shirt.
Oh, okay, so if you are... So, do you lift up your shirt, though?
Well, I got abs that the world needs to see, so of course I do.
And you still have that horrendous scar as well from the Ant King. And yeah, Riley's jaw drops and goes, "What the hell happened? What did we miss?" And Moonlight, you see after Riley exclaims,
It goes completely pale. Like, she is frozen in fear right now.
Oh yeah, Bethany ran off with the ant person that punched Joe pretty hard.
Wait.
I knew I should have stabbed all.
Wait. What's an ant?
I don't know.
What? You guys don't. Oh, god damn it. Okay. An ant. You guys never saw an ant before.
I can check up my journals.
I have an ant, Cynthia.
Moonlight.
I'm gonna punch Sticky Joe.
Moonlight, you feel a very chilling, just every goosebump, hair just raising on your neck, back, legs, everything coming from your right shoulder.
We need to leave. We need to leave right now. I stop throwing people.
You just hear a and then poking her head in from outside. "Oh, Ryan, stop teasing them already. You know you have to behave because now since my Scruffy Wuffy is with me and he's gonna be my moth daddy. You know you have to protect everyone here, so you can't pick on them, Ryan. So no doing that." She pokes her head goes back outside, and Moonlight, as you're picking up Riley and getting ready to run out, you see appearing from camouflage. So his body is covered in an exoskeleton that is violet purple, and in between is this deep purple, like you definitely can tell is the tissue in between the exoskeleton's chitin, and he has a helmet on the top of his head that is part of his body, and this one is not red. This one is a deep velvet purple, and the most noticeable feature is how their arms, even though it's 8 foot tall, its arms reach all the way down to its feet, and it's just going, just staring at you, Moonlight.
I immediately drop Riley. I pull out one of my weapons and I stand in front of everyone, and I'm in complete fight to the death mode.
I will let everyone else have a chance to try to explain the situation. I'm not going to let escalate first yet, though.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. Apparently, all our families are at this place they're sending us, so, I'd rather go there and pick up whoever we need to pick up. She's going to look towards the direction of the group.
And one last thing. Do you tell her the name and Sasquatch you met?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Moonlight, they tell you they met an individual that was about 8'2". He was wearing a red suit with black pinstripes. And he was tanned skin. And the thing is, he said he was a Sasquatch. And when he appeared before them, his hair had appeared before them with 4 wings on each side. And Sticky Joe immediately thought he was seeing an angel or something, but no, he said he was a Sasquatch. And then he talked about how he remembered his wife, and he really missed and that she was gone. And then he said the name Moonlight. And that's when Sticky Joe was like, "Oh, yeah, this was the person I felt like a familial bond and everything." And he's like, "Is she this tall, blonde? My wife is alive?" And they did tell you the name, Tick. And then that's when he immediately started panicking. And that's when he said, No. Is she going to be at this party event? They said yes. And that's when he said, No, and flew off. How do you take this information, Moonlight?
Moonlight is still standing there and fight to the death mode, but she kind of lost the fight to the death about her. Oh, and she's just staring at, and hang on, she's staring at the group, is like, Tick is alive?
And one other thing that Yuretsi tells you is that, and apparently he's been at the park this entire time in the marketing division. That's who Bethany was always talking to, because he was using like a fake voice and disguised himself. And the moth girl there was the secretary.
Hold on. I look at, wait, Yuretsi is telling me this?
Yep.
She's glaring at Yuretsi. He has been in the goddamn marketing division this whole goddamn time, and he never thought to try to look up my name in the fucking employee records?
Men are stupid.
I punch a wall. I punch out the closest wall next to me.
Would have fooled me.
And
I'm gonna punch out another wall just because of that.
And as you're punching out the wall, you go outside for some air. Riley follows behind you because, of course, he's worried about you. And with everyone outside, the dumpster door opens, and what steps out first is as the dumpster literally leans forward as they come out, you see a hippo foot first comes around the end. Then it's not a hippo top. You see this tanned man, same tone as the hippo, but with elaborate tattoos all over his body, torso, dreads down to his back, holding with a club strapped to his back that definitely has megalon teeth on the sides, and his arm is in a sling, and he just looks and goes, "Oh, I didn't realize we were gonna have this kind of welcome party. Hello, Maui." Riley's just too stunned from this. He's just, is that a centaur? Is that a hippo centaur?
I'm gonna glare at Riley. You know, next time we have sexy time, you are gonna hold back a little bit. Because I don't remember shit.
But look,
You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'm always happy with sexy time. But anyway, I punch something else. Whatever's closest to me, I punch it.
Make sure it's not me.
So a hand appears out of nowhere, and this is the other camouflaged assassin ant. It's like doing a, catcher's mitt for a boxing exercise, and your fist goes into his hand, and he just does a nod, just, you can feel in your heart that this was a compliment of like, that was a badass punch.
And then Moonlight freezes again. Just not as traumatically, but she does freeze. And she stares at the ant.
And finally, coming out from the dumpster, Sarah, I actually am going to open this for group roleplay as Dr. Sarah Smith comes from out of the dumpster, accompanied by Freya, the PIB agent.
I'm a halfway crouch out of the dumpster. Maui, ants! Ants! And I'm going to point at the ant, and I'm going to get the flashlight ready.
And Maui immediately, cocks back his arm to get ready, into a defensive position, to get ready with his mace. And you know what? I'm not going to have Celebi be the one to try to explain the situation. I'll let everyone else take this chance to try to calm down the situation.
We're stuck with them.
And Dr. Sarah, as you're looking through the group, as you're getting your flashlight ready, janitor that usually comes and cleans the area, Scruffy, you see holding his arm about 5'5" is what clearly looks to be a moth woman. And she smiles at you and waves. "Hey, Sarah! It's kind of weird for me not to be in my secretary disguise and giving you your paycheck, but hey!"
Oh God, Maui, back in the dumpster.
Oh, don't be like that.
It's Doctor.
I'm sorry, Dr. Smith, but you're going to ruin Daddy's surprise because everyone's families are there waiting for everyone. I know Alkenfeld said she was going to get everyone to that little panic room, but Daddy, that's why he is the Moth Father.
There's a reason why everyone's going to the panic room. There's a reason for it.
That's when her smile gets even more wicked. Yeah, because of us. Well,
fuck. Okay, I'm gonna turn on that flashlight.
She jumps in front of the first ant you do and goes, "Please don't hurt my babies. They're not gonna hurt you."
You fucking the Ant King?
No, these were my daddy's birthday present to me. These are my personal ants.
What do you mean,
they
babies?
Don't answer to the. Well, I was given their eggs before they hatched. They're mine. They believe I am their queen, and they would never hurt me. And my orders are absolute.
I'm gonna turn off the flashlight.
And no, they don't answer to the Ant King. Honestly, Daddy gave me these because he never trusted him, and he wanted to ensure a way that if he ever tried to do anything to me, he would die before that happens. Because Matt and Ryan are very powerful, but they're good boys.
I'm gonna hop out of the dumpster and rush over. I'm like, I'm not gonna hurt them. Just let me see something.
They take a step forward to you, and then they crouch down on a knee so you have a better look at them.
Okay, I'm gonna. Do they have antennas? Because you said they had helmets.
So that's actually, as you're observing them, you see that the sides of their heads, they have large openings. That's their ears. And as you're getting closer and looking, from a distance, Yes, it looks like they have like 4 eyes, but then as you get closer, they give the illusion of like a regular human eye, but the closer you get, they're compound eyes. But there's like millions of compounds, so you get that these guys definitely have perfect 360-degree vision. Like for them, it's as if they're looking above, overhead, looking down at everyone.
Yeah, no. Do they have antennas though?
You're looking? This is where it's curious. These ones don't. So when the ants are born and they imprint with the queen, that's when genetically the antenna will sprout. That's why even if they tried to take Ryan and Matt from me, they would never submit because the antenna can never form.
Because it cannot sense the pheromones. Okay.
Exactly. You see, now I see, you know what? You definitely earned that doctorate, Dr. Smith. But yes, that's exactly it. So, I'm going to be perfect on the level with you, Doctor. I am like Mr. Tick. Yes, Daddy and the ants, and of course the other Sasquatches, they do have a lot of disdain for you, but I like you all. You're some of the nicest humans I've ever, and I haven't seen this disgusting, horrible animosity to kill, destroy everything you see. And I saw how you protected the Kieran and how Uretzi and Moonlight made sure Bethany didn't try to make them profitable. And I have never been more impressed with that. And I will be honest, that was when I became a double agent for the actual real female Alchemist. Because this is when I need to let everyone know that the Alkenfell you think you've known, that's not his real name. His real name is Lahal. He is the male counterpart, well, the male twin that resides in the right hemisphere of their brain. Miss Alkenfell resides in the left hemisphere. Depending on which hemisphere is in control, they will have dominant control over the body, speech, everything. And Lahal has been in control for a very long time. As much as I know, she's only been able to come out once, and that was to comfort Miss Moonlight over there. And she's been locked away for a very long time, having to see what her brother has done. Well, her other brother besides Yeeler, well, Riley. Riley just looks and just whistles. And, well...
Oh, Moonlight's glaring at Riley.
So, look, the plan was this. If things would have went right and I would have never went double agent, everyone in the park, it would have been one of the worst Park Place massacres, accidents ever. The park would have basically got shut down. But because of my little message, Alkenfell finally took control and they were able to evacuate her. And so that's why and of course, besides just, I do like everyone I did, fall in love with this scruffy man here. She jumps on the scruffy's arm, just hugging it tightly. And I can't wait for us to get married, but that's a different topic for another time. But the reason why I want to ensure everyone gets there is so you can get all of your loved ones and get out of there before the Ant King arrives. Because he has been promised that he may slaughter everyone at the event. He can go all out for the first time ever and get as violent as he ever wants.
Yeah, Uretzi's gonna snap whatever she has in her hands.
I want to keep that from happening, Miss Uretzi, Miss Smith, everyone. I want to keep Dr. Smith.
There you go.
I want to keep that from happening, which is why I'm telling you, which this had to happen this way because my father, he has a very, very long reach.
It couldn't have waited 2 weeks.
Her lips quiver and she's just, I wanted to stop him so much. I didn't want this to happen. I wanted us Bethany just kept egging my dad on. It's whatever drug he's giving her. Yes, she's his little personal toy.
Gross.
And and right as she's getting ready to open her mouth, Yahtzee, Sticky Joe, Moonlight, you all get the most intense sense of danger sense. Like, oh shit. It's not because of Celebi. All of a sudden, you just see what looks like finger marks on her face,
and then she's lifted in the air, and then now she's at least a good 50 feet in front of you, and now what's standing in front of you, instead of the velvet color ants, the ones that are next to you, they're actually shaking. Moonlight, you can tell. What's holding Celebi by her chin now, looking at her? This has chitin like dreads from underneath its helmet, spikes coming off its kneecaps and each end of its knuckles, and its hands are oversized, like way larger than their arms, that just as long as the assassin ant. Its hairs start to just go wild.
Ryan and the other one behind me.
What did you say?
Yeah, I'm telling Ryan and the other one to get behind me because I didn't remember his name.
Matt, they jump behind you.
In character, I didn't remember his name.
Yeah, but no, you're good. The other one, if Brian's going, Matt's going, so they both jump behind you.
I'm gonna use the flashlight instantly.
Give me a difficulty 4 speed roll. You just got to beat a 12.
Oh fuck. What's my speed? Just the.
You're still just gonna add. You're still gonna. So you'll just make sure. You'll just add the 4 if you want to for your D20.
So add the 4?
For D20
okay, then
roll.
I got a 16.
All right. You just somehow the speed of like any cowboy would have been envious of this quick draw, and you hit him with that 50,000 lumen flashlight. He was not expecting this. He gets hit in the face with it, and he drops Celebi and dives into the ground. Celebi. Yes.
I was just
you go
going
first.
to use my glove to like drag her back to like our group.
Oh God, she's actually she's shaking, terrified. We gotta get on the bus. 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 Moonlight, how everyone reacting? How is everyone reacting to this? And Yuretsi, please continue.
She'll just carry there quickly.
Moonlight, do you follow?
The creature that grabbed
no, Yuretsi going back to the bus. No, Yuretsi running back to the bus.
Let me finish my question. Did Moonlight recognize the creature?
Yes, that's the one. Because you saw one thing that you thought you snapped its neck.
Okay, so what's the creature doing now?
Oh, it dived underground. Would you like to do anything?
Moonlight? Oh, God damn it. Moonlight is having severe PTSD flashbacks right now, and she immediately pulls out her sword, the one that eats her blood. And then she gets the sword out, she activates it, and she's using all of her senses of smell, hearing, everything. Give me one moment.
So I can actually do a little flavoring real quick. As Moonlight is trying to get a hold of her senses, home in on where this ant is. Hey, BB, enough. Just as Moonlight recognized what was in front of it. Well, I'm actually going to go ahead and say her, because this is one of the. So when there can always only be one queen, but the princesses that are born there and not fed the royal jelly, instead of just becoming any other type of thing, the ant king under his rule, he's had all the princess class ants become the highest class of warriors. When Moonlight encountered this one, she was actually still in her basically the second to youngest phase for the Adamantyte ant species. But now she's a full-grown adult. And for her, before she dove underground, as Dr. Smith was shining that flashlight at her, what really helped to give her time was the fact that she was looking at Moonlight and just having the biggest smile on her face ever. Just the thought of, oh, I'm going to finally get to kill you. Moonlight, you're trying to get the sense for this. To really relay the danger of this, I'm going to have to do it. So this is a difficulty 6 roll. You got to beat an 18. You can add your tier and your edge to it, which will put it to give you a +4, but you got to beat an 18.
Okay. Holy shit, I got with the +4, I got a fucking 20.
You're able
to catch on just as right as her hand was coming out of the ground to grab hold of your leg. What are you going to do?
I stab down with my sword and tell it to feed.
So, as you jam your blade down, once again,
I aim for the end joints.
but I need you to give me a difficulty 6 might roll.
And a difficulty is 6. What do I gotta beat again?
18.
Okay, because I got the 16. Oh, not the 16. The with the +4, that's 20.
All right. Thankfully, your blade doesn't get ripped out of your hand. You stab down, and you're aiming for the joints, but she's doing her best to hold the blade out. Just what happens is you're not able to get it in there. You just caused her to jump out of the ground again. And, well, your blade's still in the ground, and Riley tried his best, and sadly, it dodges out of the way, grabbing Riley by the ankle, and, oh, god damn it. This is gonna hurt Riley. And she looks at you, Moonlight, and she quickly jumps over to the garbage dumpster, and she starts spinning Riley in her hands, like she does the motion for a nunchuck, catching his head in between her elbow and her abdomen. Releasing, he spins rapidly, and before you can react, she hits the fucking dumpster 3 times, denting it in, literally crashing it. You see the tires, axles split, and you see Riley doing his best, and you see one of his arms are already now snapped. His wrist is barely holding on from the flesh, and he's holding it close. And she does it, spins back, holding behind her, and she looks at you, and you actually hear the, one more time? One more time?
Moonlight goes into goddamn beast mode. She is so fucking angry right now. She threw caution to the wind, and she's charging at the ant.
Good job, little one. As she drops Riley to the ground, she charges at you, and the best way to describe this punch, Moonlight, best thing I can tell you first of hand is, grit those teeth. And I need you to give me one last difficulty 6 roll, but you cannot add your tier or edge to it. You gotta beat this just dice alone.
The gods love me today. I got a fucking 18, bitch! I'm gonna chokeslam this bitch.
So what happens is she reels back. Everything she has, as she stomps into literally her ankle breaks. She's putting everything into this. Moonlight, you catch her fist as it goes to her stomach, and you are going to suffer from this because you're going to lose half of all your pools as you vomit blood, just a thing of blood. What would you like to do now? As she's just looking at you with the biggest look of fear in her eyes.
You fucked up. And she is violently punching her face, her skull, her ectoskeleton in until there is nothing left. Moonlight is putting her truest strength, her true monstrous strength behind every fucking punch until there is nothing left but a puddle of goo.
There's just, the upper torso is just gore, and you puke up more blood. You feel the right half of your ribs have broken, and one is hanging very loose, dangerously close to your lung. But you got revenge for them. Your brothers and sisters in that mercenary team, you've avenged them, Moonlight. Riley grabs your arm and holds you on his shoulders as you're falling and says, we gotta get to this party. Not just for the whole taking pictures, but it sounds like something really bad is waiting there for us. I promise I'm going to do everything I can to protect you.
Isn't there always something bad waiting for us? There's always something waiting for us, no matter what.
That's when Riley wipes the side of your... But that's why we have each other. Oh, hold on 1 second. So Riley is going to rub the side of your face, Moonlight, and go, well, that's the thing, honey. Even when we have the bad things waiting for us, normally we always have each other to help each other. So no matter what's waiting there, I will always be
here to back you up and lift you up. No matter if it will guarantee my death, I don't care.
You're supposed to live, Riley. You're the one who's supposed to live. And if it means you're going to be the one to die, I'm not risking that. My job is to protect you. It always was. So just let me do my job, please.
I do actually respect that, but I also have to do my job because I also have to protect them as well. And he looks towards Scruffy, Uretzi, Dr. Smith, because I am a PIB. And it sounds like we're going to need all the help they need during this.
Oh, yeah, silly. Why do you think I'm so protective over you? I rough up as hell.
Good. I got you smiling. We got this. We're going to make it, no matter what's waiting. Now,
okay. Moonlight just relaxes a little bit.
So, as everyone goes into the tour bus, and Maui can't go back into the garbage truck, unfortunately, but thankfully the doors are large enough and it's able to support that much weight. So, everyone's able to go inside. And first thing, so Sarah, would you like to share everyone that video communication you received?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure first. Now, would you like to tell what was happening at the park, though? Because I will open the floor to one last event for everyone. So now I give the floor.
I can't remember everything.
Okay, first of all, Moonlight looks at Sarah. Wait, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Dr. Smith.
Ah, cool. Nice to meet you, Doctor. I'm Moonlight. This is my boyfriend, Riley. She points at Riley.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Oh?
Oh my God, honey.
No,
Dr. Smith
shush.
was. No, I'm not talking about that, Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith was hired in the marketing department for. They're a very extremely gifted ecologist, and of course they have their PhD, their doctorate. And I heard that they had gone off to an unexplored sector. So I'm glad you made it back safely. And this is where I'll help you out, Jen. So, Moonlight, what?
Wait, hang on. She looks at Dr. Smith. Is like, oh, thank God! I've been trying to get one of you people down in the pit to help us out for a while.
I'm supposed to be on vacation.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that then.
And that's when you are relayed everything. All of you hear that as Dr. Smith tells you all about how after she successfully negotiated Sticky safety.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Sticky Joe.
You'd be a cuck. Yep. You go ahead and tell him.
Sticky Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
You, sir, are a slut.
I've been called worse.
You better pay child support.
You know what? I don't want any answers to these questions I have.
I mean, as far as I know, Betty's not going to leave me.
No, not that one.
In Joe's defense, Joe didn't know he could have kids. His testicles got shattered on the 3rd level years ago. So,
Sticky Joe, you were informed that you have a child with the alpha mermaid. You remember the Kieran? Yeah, she was pregnant from your night rendezvous.
Sticky Joe, his eyes, which for the doctor joining us, Sticky Joe is extremely cockeyed. So you know it's some deep shit if he makes his eyes look at the same direction, go straight, and then he just passes out.
And then you're also informed that the entire park the power was gone. There was nobody in the park, and that's when Dr. Smith had received a call from Alkenfell, and she informed her that there's been some fake marketing division down there the entire time, and that she never hired Bethany. She wouldn't hire that crackhead. She thought it was a joke when she was here. She thought Lahal was just doing something stupid. And Dr. Smith was supposed to be the one to join you all these last 2 weeks. Bethany never worked for the park. She was never supposed to be here. Why is her name attached to this? And all of your personnel files, ones with redacted information, have been stolen by Bethany.
I am going to kill the crackhead.
And then you learn the last bit is that there were spiders the size of human, and
Dr. Smith had met the Arachnid Squad for the PIB. They are, because the female Alkenfell decided we need to hire silica-based life forms, and the ones she reached out to were these beings that are spiders. And they're like, these are basically the Green Berets. And 10 of them were killed. And as the squad leader was relaying this to Dr. Smith, a 5'3" ant drone appeared right by the elevator. With some quick thinking from Dr. Smith.
Oh, I don't toot my own horn.
Oh, you actually, you know what? Tell them what happened. How did you save Maui?
I assumed that being subterranean, they would be susceptible to UV light, so I attempted to use my flashlight to disorient the creature so that we can make our escape.
Dr. Smith discovered that, yeah, their eyes will basically blow up with UV light.
While she's discussing this, can I go through my tribe's journals to see if I could basically cross-reference?
You do find legends of creatures that during like the very early years of your tribes, that the strongest warrior, that even them, they gave warning saying, we must never tread where they walk. Devastation is all that just follows. And you see depictions, you see what is definitely the smaller version of Ryan and Matt. It's colored red. You see a being with wings for hair. You definitely see Celebi's race. You see the moth people. And then you see the Thunderbirds diving deep into the earth because Tail was to flee their extinction. They flee into the creature that inhabits our planet. But you do see one specific legend of one brave warrior that it was not using his great strength, it was using his great mind, guaranteed the safety of the tribe. Because finally, as you are going through it, you see, I am not going to assume, you see a picture that everything in the background is just black, and you just see what looks like a misty form of ant creatures, but instead of the helmet, you see more of an actual insectoid ant face with just white eyes staring from the page, but its body looks mist-like. And you can just feel death from that image. And you see the tale of this brave warrior as what you see, the legends say your chief called this the king of the underground. The king had grown tired of those above him and was finally going to wipe them out. This brave warrior, he approached this massive army with this monstrous king leading in front. And instead of holding spear in hand, he dropped to his knees and pleaded, mentioning the greatness, the accomplishments that mankind has done, and that if we reach our end now, we will never reach our full potential. Please, we are not like those from the past. Please, we respect the lands. This great warrior, great of mind. The great king looked at him. But my warriors are hungry for battle. Just for me to walk away with mere words, they will see me weak. Even though they know it's a lie, I will have to deal with people, with them trying to usurp me. I must still retain my mighty strength. Then please, show us with the land. The Ant King turned, and with holding its hand in a chop, with a mighty swipe, the great valley that you have come to respect, and that is now others call the Grand Canyon, was created from this chop. There, I left a great scar on your lands. I will forgive for now. But you only think of me. This won't satiate the others. And this great, monstrous king went away. What do you do with this knowledge?
Ponder over it and I have a way, but I don't know if we could get there before whatever's going on happens.
You know, this is the perfect moment, actually. As Yoretzi says that, if there was a camera, it would span out as the tour bus is going down the road, heading towards where the Playboy Mansion is. We actually go back to Vale Valley. Maury, you leave out of because you had gone back to the hotel where you had stayed with the dragons. You'd grabbed some stuff because as everyone was leaving. But as you come out of the hotel with your bag, everyone's gone. You see the RV with a gargantuan bloody hole through the side. The RV is just looks like something had flown through, got smashed through the side of it at high speed. You see all these holes through buildings. You look around the corner of the hotel. Hiram is dead with his necks broken, with all of his necks broken, and Biscuit's gone. The tour bus is gone, and then after just seeing all that, a limousine pulls in front of you. The door opens and says, "Maury, we've been expecting you. Please come on in."
Who are you?
Oh, we are the ones that are going to take you to the big event, the big old party. And trust me, everyone's families are there, even yours. We're just going to ensure you get there with no hassles.
What do these people look like?
You look through the door. If you lean into the limo and look in, you see an individual that's like doing his best to try to like not be totally stuffed in the side of the limo. He has to be over 8 feet tall. He's wearing a red suit with red pinstripes, but it's not clean. It's actually ripped all up. He is bruised to hell. His side of his face has been crying. And then at the other end, smiling, wearing a jacket deep red with gray trim, with a gray like fuzzy trim going all the way around the sleeves, what looks like a zipper, and the collar, wearing a top hat and velvet-like sunglasses. And I will say he's having a cane in between his legs, and he goes, "Greetings, Mr. Maury. Your people call me the Mothman."
Maury's just gonna kind of look at him for a second and then take a step back, because, unsurprisingly, Maury doesn't have family. So the fact that they specify that even Maury's family was there, obvious trap. Maury's not gonna fall for it.
You back up and you feel like you just backed into something very strong. "No, King, calm down. Don't worry. No, for you, Mr. Maury, it was very hard. It took a long time for us to find something that would just, ensure that my little game is fun. No, for you, it's not family, but it's still going to be a surprise. I can't ruin that. But don't worry, the individual you just bumped into, I don't know how you feel about it, but you are in the presence of royalty. I don't know. Maury, do you turn around?"
So Maury's gonna do something he doesn't normally do. See, he's not going to turn around, but what he is going to do is try and use one of his spider legs to impale the guy behind him.
Oh, God. Okay. Alrighty, Maury. So, before I have you roll, when your spider leg goes to penetrate, the leg snaps. King the individual, because you heard his name as Mothman was talking.
How disappointing. At least the one named Joe at least gave me a tickle.
King, put your fucking hand down. Not this one. Go sit in the passenger seat up front. You're being bad. King! Maury, I do apologize that you even felt threatened in such a way. What I don't like, though, is when someone threatens my games. I will not have you hurt. Please, let me treat that wound real quick.
And how do you plan to do that?
Tick, can you be so kind and to provide some medical aid to Mr. Maury? Yes. He pulls a first aid kit from underneath his seat, opens his door, comes out, puts the first aid kit on the trunk, pops it open, and pulls out some gauze, some medical tape, some Bactine to ensure no infections, begins to wrap the leg that broke, and I'm not going to make you take as hard of a hit, because you were going to lose about a third of your might pool. I'm just going to make you lose about 4. So he's wrapping it up. Tick, sit back down. He goes back to the other side of the limo. Now, Mr. Maury, I know you are a very private man. I know you're also very intelligent. You can smell traps. Yes, I'm going to tell you right now. The big surprise was there was no one for you. I am basically your surprise. You get the safety of being next to me and not having to die. Because I'm not going to lie, I do have come to like you. Because when I worked in engineering, you were my number one.
Isn't that right, Maury? His face shifts into the goddamn head of fucking engineering.
You know, that does explain a few things, but why would you bother lying?
Because I had to make sure everything was out. I mean, what better way to hide what you're doing than right in the open where everyone is? And, well, the hall was so easy to convince. He owed us, and he'd lost everything. Everyone was turning against him, and I had to lie to ensure other people wouldn't, interrupt my little game. 'Cause I mean, my little toy, my little Bethany, she did get tempted by the little freedom people. Thankfully, my Bethany came back to me, told me the truth, and we took care of them. I mean, humans are very fragile. It's not easy. It's not that hard to kill them. So that little rebellion, all gone. But still had to keep it up, have images, and I needed to have Bethany around because even though she's terrible in marketing, but she is good at being very sneaky, and she got me what I needed. She got me all of you together. She got me all of your personnel files, because I may not be able to do a worldwide genocide, but I can take all the people, Alkenfell, not the one you know, her, all the ones that she has come to love, and I can have her suffer as I kill them all. And as a added bonus, I take out a few extra ones. But I want to make sure the one that I like lives. That's all this is, Mr. Mori, and I promise you, Mothmen never lie.
But you did. You did lie to me. Just 5 minutes ago, you did lie to me. To my face. You lied to me for years. How do I know you're not lying now? And also, I didn't know Alcafel even liked anybody.
Well, the Hall doesn't like anyone. Because, Mr. Mori, if I didn't, I wouldn't tell you all this. Because that's such a stupid trope of the big bad guy saying things and killing someone. No, I'm telling you this to be laying my cards on the table. Alkenfell, the real Alkenfell, is a woman, the female half. The male half, his name is Hall. And the female half, she actually loves humanity, loves them very much. Even all of the burden that came with it. But the male half despises you all.
Even humans despise humans. So I understand the male half. But if you had told me your plans previously, I might have been able to help you. But we'll never know, will we?
Mr. Mori, I really hoped you would have been by my side during this. Well, when this door closes and I drive away, all I can ask is, do your best to please survive. I really liked you. Goodbye, Mr. Mori.
I considered you a friend for many years. I'm sorry you lied. Goodbye. And Maury's gonna close the door.
The limo closes. The limo drives away. Mothman just sits there and Maury, you get the idea that whatever they have planned is going to happen at the Playboy Mansion. What are you going to do next?
I mean, if Maury has the feeling that it's going to be there, Maury's going to start heading there, immediately in his usual secret fucking Batman manner.
And, I'm going to paint this a little bit, because we won't see how it happens, how you finally reach this point, but it's outside of Vale Valley. We just see Maury pulling a lever, and a fireman-like pole appears, jumping down, and inside this magnificent cave-like manor, a butler with one arm behind their back and a silver tray. Good day, Mr. Maury. What vehicle shall I prepare for you?
Whatever's fastest.
I shall get the Lamborghini. And as we see Maury hopping in and just... Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll say a Lamborghini at this time, yeah. And just taking off. Eye on the prize, but not on the same route as everyone else. Maury knows what's coming. And just for a little flavor, we see finally piping up next to, oh, Mr. Mothman, I'm so sorry you
to see your friend. Have your friend join in here. I know, honey. But, it's going to be worth it when I get to see your happy face when you see your mother again. I don't understand why your dad over there is so... Father, mother, daughter, all reunited. And then, just as everything goes dark and there's just the Mothman's teeth again, has a happy little family again. Just before I break it. And that is where we will leave off for this session of the happiest place in Earth. And good God, what a session. Whew. Do I have your attention, dear? Did I catch you? Did I make you just really relent the fact that this is the cliffhanger? Oh, dear listeners, the next 2 sessions are really going to get you, because we will finally be reaching the season 1 finale of the happiest place in Earth. And, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this, but, since we are on YouTube, please, guys, if you all do enjoy what we do here on Infinite Nerd Theorem, and please subscribe and like, and leave a comment down below. It really helps us with the algorithm, guys, because we just want to be able to reach everyone, because we love doing what we do, and we love creating these stories for everyone. And honestly, to keep going forward, we need to be able to reach as many people as we possibly can. And please also remember, we will provide the links down below. We do have a Patreon. Please join our Patreon, to where we will have members-only content in the future. And, well, oh boy. Well, I think a few of the players are going to kill me by the end of these next few episodes, but god damn it, is it worth it. So until the next one, dear listeners, this is Nerd Theorem. Thank you so much from us. And thank you again. And till the next one, everyone, goodbye.